Hello, good evening, and welcome to Cafdil Healthcare on Cafdil TV. Tonight, we are live on Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast, and on YouTube, Cafdil EDU. You know how cancer is very rampant nowadays, and especially in children. And so tonight, we are going to take a look at childhood cancer. My name is Kojo Arthur, and I have with me Joel Ban. He is a pediatric doctor, and Patrick Opon is also pediatric nurse, and Bismarck Boachi Yadom, also oncology nurse, all from Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. We'll get talking right after this break. Stay tuned.
Since time immemorial, God has always communicated himself and his will through various voices, the prophets, the kings, the judges, not forgetting John the Baptist, who was a precursor to Jesus Christ and gave us the will of God. We bring to you Voices from the Valley. This is a program designed by the Conventual Franciscan Friars in Ghana in collaboration with Cafdil TV to bring you in-depth insight in our faith, catechesis, and various Catholic teachings which will help you in your journey as a pilgrim. I know you cannot miss this program, and I highly encourage you that you shouldn't miss this program because it is Voices of God from the Valley of prayer and silence. Join us this and every Sunday at 3 p.m. and a repeat on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. here on Cafdil TV and on our various social media platforms, YouTube, Cafdil EDU, and Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast. Let us meet and share what God has for us through the Voices from the Valley.
Make me a means of your peace.
Welcome back. If you just tuned in, this is Cafdil Healthcare on Cafdil TV. Like I said, tonight we are going to take a look at cancer in children, also known as childhood cancer. And I am sure that most of you are wondering that why should children also get cancer? But that is exactly what we're going to talk about. My name is Kojo Arthur. And gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Hope you are all well.
Yeah,
this is my first time of hearing this. Not the first time, but the first time I heard childhood cancer. I was wondering why, and so forth. And I thought it's only adults who normally get cancer. But if you have childhood cancer, then it's very imperative that we talk about it for people who don't also know to know. But to start with, let me start from Boachi. Could you briefly explain what cancer is, particularly in the context of children?
So thank you for the question and greetings to our viewers. So with the question, when we say childhood cancer, because it is rampant, we are setting aside September as a month to celebrate the awareness creation about childhood cancer. And to this month, our slogan is that bridging the gaps, saving lives.
Bridging the gaps,
saving lives.
Okay.
So as we compare Ghana to the Europe, they have the percentage of over 80 and above being the cure rate. As compared to Ghana, we have less than 30%. So we want to put measures in place in order to what? Get closer to them. WHO have set aside that by the year 2030, we should at least have about 60%. And we are in 2025, we are almost 30%. There is a lot of more to do. And this is one of the activities that we are doing, just to create awareness for people to know that there is cancer which affects children. So if you say childhood cancer, then coming to Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, we have day 1 to 19 years. So we group them as childhood or children. But within them, we have specific ages. We have the neonates, we have the preschool, we have the school going, then we have the young adults. But in quote or in all together, we say that childhood. So we are saying that the cancer that affects children within those range, and the cells within the body that help us to grow. That's our daily activities, the organs, the system in the body, the cell help us to grow. So when this cell affected or become affected, that means they grow abnormally. They increase in size. They are not controlled by the system. They find their own way of distributing their activities. So in the normal way as to how the child has to grow normal, as we see every day, their system changes. So basically, when we say childhood cancer, that means cancer which affects children's, making their cells to grow abnormally.
So you made mention of day 1 to 19. Can you group from day 1 to what age is falls under a specific group? From what age? I just want you to, if you can elaborate that. So from age 1 to neonatal, from age 1 to...
Neonatal is from day 1 up to less than 1 month. That's the neonate. Yes. Okay. Then we have the preschool.
From 1 month.
What happens from 1 month to at least 3 years, 2 years. They are here to start school.
Okay.
Then we have the school going, the primary. Then from maybe 2 years up to 6 years.
Okay.
Then we have the school going primary 7 to 12. Then from the 12 to 19 become the adolescent. That's the young adult.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But you group them under childhood cancer.
Yeah, so depending on the age and the cancer that will affect the person, we have age specifically for those cancers. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Let me come to Joel. Joel, how is childhood cancer different from adult cancer in terms of causes, progression, or treatment?
Okay, thank you for the question. With the differences, there isn't much of a difference in the pathophysiology about in how the cancer comes about. But then in children, with research, there are still there's a term that we use. What do we even call it?
Risk factors.
Yeah, they have risk factors, right? Such as persistent infections. So with when children persistently get certain infections, their risk of developing childhood cancers increases. There's also the risk of exposure to chemicals. The frequency of exposure to the chemicals also increase their risk of getting the cancers, which is very similar to what happens in adults. Yes, and then there's also some unexplainable things which could happen, and then there are also familial risk factors where there are some genes and some basically genes which can be inherited, like familial. So that's usually how it can happen in children. But then it's also similar in adults, where certain exposures to chemicals, to radiations, lead to cancers in adults.
But if so, then children shouldn't have, developed this cancer, because how many of them are exposed to chemicals or certain things? So what are some of? Do we have a specific infections that like you said, when they're exposed to, or when they frequently get those infections, they're prone to get this cancer?
An example I can give is there's a virus called Epstein-Barr virus, where when you are exposed to that virus, Epstein-Barr virus, EBV virus, you can develop a certain childhood cancer known as Burkitt's lymphoma. So
You
that's
wanted
an example.
Oh, okay.
So to add up, children who get persistent malaria, they can also get Burkitt's
for
lymphoma.
malaria is common.
Yes. Then the children born with HIV, the Down syndrome babies, those people are also predisposing to these childhood cancers. Yeah.
Would you also want to
I also want to add Hep B and C.
hepatitis B?
Yes. So since these infections, the mother is easily, or the mother most of the time transfer this to the babies. So when babies are born and then the mother is exposed to such infections, it is likely for the child to get it. And then when the child is being infected with such an infection, the child is prone to get childhood cancer.
What about its progression? Is it the same in children as compared to adults?
Okay, I would say that since children, they are now growing, and then they grow more faster as compared to adults, because adults, you get to a stage that because of the degeneration, your bones and other things become, you will not continue to grow at a pace as compared to children. So it means that when children get these cancers, because they are growing faster, it means that the cancer cells are also going to grow faster. So that's why we are so much concerned about the children, so that we can start the early treatment to prevent further deteriorations.
Doc made mention of, I think you made mention of hereditary, right?
Yes.
So they are hereditary.
Yes.
We have one common one. That's the retinoblastoma, the one that affects the eye. That one that we can
Cancers that affect the
eye, yes, of the children. That one there, we have confidence, or we can say that one is of the hereditary.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So for cancer, the specific cause, we know that malaria, if you are being bitten by a mosquito. Which
and a specific mosquito.
Yes, that is the Anopheles mosquito. So we know that it is the Plasmodium parasite that will let you get the malaria. But for cancer, we don't have the cause is unknown. So we don't know that this is the bacteria, or this is the virus that causes, but we have the predisposing factors. And then one thing is, as you said, it can also be genetic. So if you trace your grand or your great grand had this, then it is likely for you to also get it. So it is better to do all the checkups necessary regularly to prevent any other thing.
But are you able to diagnose those things after immediately the parents give birth?
Yes, for the retinoblastoma, it starts with white spots on the eye. So inside the black, you see another white spot. So we are encouraging the midwife that when they receive the baby, so they have to do the initial assessment. There are some babies, I don't know whether they are, because they are in Ghana, they don't want to open their eyes when they are born.
Why?
I don't know. They don't like coming to Ghana, or so they don't like opening their eyes. So they have to force them and assess the eye.
Is it because of the sun?
So that when you see that white spot, you can refer the baby. Yes.
But are there also known, what do you call it, environmental or lifestyle that triggers that as well, apart from what?
So the lifestyle, some depends on the mother. We are saying that if you are pregnant, what you eat is what will affect the child. So the lifestyle of the mother, maybe alcohol, smoking, and those things. When the mother does all those things before the child comes out, it cannot affect the child. Then the mining sectors, the chemicals they are using, some of them it pass through the waters, and those children take the waters.
They are all suffering.
Yes. So those children over there are also prey, but exposed to those chemicals.
And also to add up here, we also know that exposure to radiation also it is a predisposing factor. And then when mothers are pregnant, they do a series of diagnostic investigation, the scan, the chest X-ray, and those things. And these things will also prone the child, because even though the baby is unborn, but since if the mother gets too much exposure to all those things, now microwave has become a thing of every day. So
every house there's microwave.
Yes, and then it's been like each and every day, mother or you will just microwave your food, and then with this one, it also prones the unborn baby to the cancer.
All right, so let's take a look at the signs and symptoms that of cancer in children. You know, that parents should watch out for. What are those? Watch it.
So we are saying that childhood cancer signs and symptoms also mimic the same condition signs and symptoms. Any medical condition signs and symptoms have the same similar things. So like fever, it runs through every conditions. But there is one man who came out with a specific signs and symptoms that we should always look out for. And
especially the parents.
Yes. So the person name the signs and symptoms based on his name. So we have Saint Cyrian signs and symptoms.
Saint
Cyrian. Yes. So the S stands for sick medical care. So when you see that anything is going wrong with the child, you have to seek medical care. Okay. Don't take the child to a prayer camp, to a herbal medical whatever. The first thing is that seek medical care. And the eye.
But I'm not cutting you. Okay. You continue. But you said you shouldn't seek what?
Prayer camp, herbal medication.
But is herbal medication not also part of your medications?
As to meaning?
I mean herbal, but I'm very much aware that the Ghana Health Service also they are trying to integrate the local medicine that you made mention of into the mainstream ones. So if you say don't seek, I'm a bit.
I'm saying that based on the investigation. Okay. There are someone you go there. Once you go there and present your case, they start giving you the medication.
All right.
They will not look into and see that this is actually what brings you. Okay. Yes. So we encourage them to come to the hospital so that we do all the labs and we come out with a diagnosis.
So based on that, they will prescribe what to take. Yes. All right, I get it. Then it said S stand for that
one. So and then the I is for the eye.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier that when you see a white spot on the eye, it's an indication. When all of a sudden the child stop seeing or there's a loss of vision, the child can't see anything. It should be a concern. And we have children who have what we call squints. Like baby. This
one eye,
look me, I look yes. So if you see a child having those signs, you should know that this child could be having cancer. Then we have the L, meaning that when there's lumps or masses, this one it could be at any part of the body. You can feel it at the neck, the abdomen, the groin. But one basic thing is that it's painless. So sometimes when it's there, the children don't feel anything. They don't complain. So they're doing their daily activity, but the thing is there. So we sometimes encourage the mothers when they are bathing their babies. Sometimes they should palpate the abdomen small. They should try and touch the abdomen and see that if there's a little bit swelling or they see anything around there, then they report. Then the mean unexplained fever. It could be fever. It could be anemia. It could be weight loss. Because the cancer cells, they all build their own blood vessels. So they take all the nutrients from the body into themselves. So this child will be eating every food but still will be losing weight. So when you see those signs, you have to report to the hospital.
Then I have to report myself. I eat everything, but I look at I have to.
But they go to what you call it, post-data clinic. So they check their weight. there should be an increment every day with children, not adults. Yeah, so they have a chart. You come, they will weigh you. Then they're expecting that the next visit you should go up. But this child will be what, drawing back every day. Then there's what, a concern. Then we have what, A, meaning that what, aching bones. So we have cancer that affects the bones, osteosarcoma. So always they will feel joint pains. Some of the time we attribute to sickle cell, because when there's what vaso-occlusive crisis, they also feel those bones. But we are saying that when you see the child, tell you that, oh mom, I have pain here, I have pain here. Sometimes they are walking also what change. They lose balance or control. When you are expecting or you see those things, you have to what, report. And the last one is the N, what is neurological. That means it has affected what, the brain. So this child will wake up early in the morning, he or she will start vomiting. He or she will tell you that, mommy, I don't feel like going to school. A child who writes from right to left.
Now writing from left to right.
Back. So
maybe
all
to be a Muslim.
So all his behaviors will start changing. So if you see all these cardinal signs and symptoms, we are saying that you have to report to the hospital. Then you do the investigation.
Must you see all of them before you
Not
report?
all, but at least one. So we started from SR2. So anyone that you see, then you have to report.
So cancers for adult, even though we are not doing adult cancer, but can someone who has not developed any cancer from childhood to the age 19, after that, can that adult develop cancer as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the symptoms will be the same?
It depends on the type of cancer. Because if it's
we'll
adult,
come to the type of cancer.
yeah, if it is adult and it's breast cancer, then you see the lumps inside the breast.
I get you.
If it's prostate, that means men. That one maybe either there's what incontinence of urine, or even there is what you call pain when urination and those things. So depending on where the cancer is, you get the signs and symptoms. Yeah.
It's good. Joel, he made mention of signs and symptoms, and he said that there are certain signs and symptoms which can be associated with all kind of but I want you to tell us, how can parents differentiate between normal childhood illness and warning signs of something more serious like cancer?
Okay. So thank you for the question. So usually the parents themselves may not be able to differentiate between the symptoms they are seeing, whether this is an early warning sign or this is a symptom of any other regular illness which is not cancer. That is why the first S of the SILU1 is that they should seek medical care anytime they see any symptom or anytime they see that their child isn't well. But then an example such as the fever, that's why there's an unexplained there. So when they see that, oh, every time my child is feverish, maybe they treated for malaria, the fever is still persistent. They've treated for infections, the fever is still persistent, and they are still not finding any specific cause for the fever, then that should be a warning sign that this fever is unexplained. We would have to go to the hospital to find the cause. Could it be childhood cancer, or it could be something else? Yes. So those are the few things that the parents could use to say that this is a warning sign, and I would have to go to the hospital. Maybe the fever can be there persistent for more than 2 weeks. You can see that this child is losing weight rapidly, but my child is eating. My child looks fine. My child is losing weight rapidly. My child is experiencing bone pains. My child hasn't had any trauma to those particular sites, but my child says that they feel pain there. It should be warning signs for you to go to the hospital for investigations to be done.
Children illnesses, there are plenty of them, and so it means a lot to me, actually. So when they come to hospital, they go through diagnosis, isn't it? Yes. So what diagnostic tool and procedures, are used to detect this childhood cancer?
Thank you very much. We do blood works. So we take the sample for laboratory investigation. So we take your blood sample for various laboratory investigations. We would do FBC, liver function tests, renal function tests, a lot of them with the blood. And also we will also take biopsy. We do biopsy. So supposing that we have a lump here, we will take portion of it, a small portion of it, to the laboratory to find out whether that lump is cancerous or is not cancerous. And then we also do CT scan, and then we do CT scan, we do MRI, and then we do yes, these two.
Bone marrow.
Yes, we do these two, and also we also do bone marrow aspiration. So as we said earlier, we have a cancer that affects the bones too, and then since we say that cancer develops from abnormal cells, and these cells are being fed with blood because it is blood that will go. It is blood that will carry the nutrients to these parts of the body. So it is likely that they may also travel to other parts of the body. And then the bone marrow is it helps in blood production. So we also do bone marrow aspiration. Then we take that part for laboratory investigation. And also, as we said, the signs and then the symptoms that the patient also present also let us know what to do.
So how long does it take
for
the procedure to go through?
For the is it the lab results?
Both, all those that you've mentioned.
Oh, it depends. It depends. Sometimes you will take a sample and lab like FBC, you get it that day. If you go and do a CT scan, with that one you get the results the very day. If you do so we have, I think it is just the biopsy that will take about maybe maximum of 2 weeks. Maximum of 2 weeks. Aside the biopsy, the rest it is likely for you to get it within some few days.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So as you go, you wait for the biopsy result or the outcome. Do you give medicine, or do you do something? Do you give some because some parents, when they come to hospital and you don't give them anything, as they go, they might think you've not taken care of them or something like that. Do you do something?
Okay, so as I said earlier, the signs and symptoms that you may present will also let us know, or will also let us have a differential diagnosis.
Okay.
So if we are also suspecting cancer, but now we don't know the specific cancer, but we may have a general one. We have infection prevention, we have hydration, so hyperhydration. We will do that one. We also make sure that the patient is being prevented from getting another infection, because this patient, we are suspecting cancer. And then if you don't manage, or if you don't take care of this patient to prevent further infection, it means it's going to get worse. So we will do the general one with the general management before the labs will come. And supposing the child is being admitted, and then we have increased WBC, which indicate that there's an infection. It means we start giving the antibiotics before the lab result will even come.
So, Boachi, how important is early diagnosis, and how can it affect the outcomes?
Okay. So we are saying that we want to bridge the gaps, and early diagnosis is one aspect. That's when you detect early, then the likelihood to give you the cure is what fine. And we have standard and we have protocols for the treatment. So we have the high risks, then we have the low risks. So depending on the duration of what you are report. So if you stay in the house for long, when you come, there's likely you put you at high risk, because there's expansion. It has affected maybe other organs. Yeah. So when you come earlier, and we are able to detect it. That when we start based on what the standard protocols. But if you wait there until maybe it becomes worse before we come, then another aspect is that based on the diagnosis, sometimes it will determine the type of what the treatment modalities, whether we do maybe one aspect, two aspects, or even three, or the duration, assuming we are doing it for 2 years, but because you did not report early, it can take you more than 2 years.
Okay, that is early diagnosis.
Yes.
All right, so you still watching Cafdil television, Cafdil Healthcare, and we are discussing childhood cancer. I still have with me Boachi Iyadom and my brothers Joel Ban and Patrick Opon. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the program. Stay tuned.
As I kneel before you, as I bow my head in prayer, take this day, make it yours, and fill me with your love. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu.
Since time immemorial, God has always communicated himself and his will through various voices: the prophets, the kings, the judges, not forgetting John the Baptist, who was a precursor to Jesus Christ and gave us the will of God. We bring to you Voices from the Valley. This is a program designed by the Conventual Franciscan Friars in Ghana in collaboration with Cafdil TV to bring you in-depth insight in our faith, catechesis, and various Catholic teachings which will help you in your journey as a pilgrim. I know you cannot miss this program, and I highly encourage you that you shouldn't miss this program because it is Voices of God from the valley of prayer and silence. Join us this and every Sunday at 3 p.m. and a repeat on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. here on Cafdil TV and on our various social media platforms: YouTube, Cafdil EDU, and Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast. Let us meet and share what God has for us through the Voices from the Valley.
Make me a means of your peace.
Welcome back. You're still watching Cafdil Healthcare on Cafdil TV, and we are discussing childhood cancer. Stay with us. We are live on Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast, and on YouTube, Cafdil EDU. Follow us and share, and leave your comment as well. Let me come to you, Opon. Do we have different types of these cancers? And if yes, what are they?
Thank you very much. We have different kinds.
Especially that affect children.
Yes, we have different kind of cancers, and these cancers, the name is being given according to the specific organ or the specific place that it has attacked. So we have cancer of the blood, that we call it leukemia. We have cancer of the eye, that's what we call the retinoblastoma. We have cancer of the bone, that is osteosarcoma. We have cancer of the brain there. We have cancer of the kidney, that is the Wilms tumor. We have cancer of the adrenal. We have cancer of the, I've said the kidney. We have the cancer of the liver also there. And also we have cancer of the muscles. So it affects almost every part of the body. So the name is being given according to
the organ.
The organ that.
Which one is more common among the children?
So the commonest one is the leukemia.
And the Burkitt's lymphoma.
Yes, the leukemia and then the Burkitt's lymphoma. That's a cancer of the lymph nodes. Yes. So the lymphoma, the Burkitt's lymphoma, and then the leukemia. And these are the commonest ones that we have been recording.
And CCTH to the Wilms tumor.
Yes, you want to add something?
Yeah, and CCTH here, they always also report with the Wilms tumor. That's the one that affect the kidney. Yeah, we have a lot of those. Yeah.
And the part of the children?
Yes.
Oh, oh, okay. And which one is more dangerous?
I would say all of them is dangerous. All of them is dangerous because if it affects the eye and then you say, oh, for the eye, it's not dangerous.
But you made mention, you see, the five senses, like you have eye, nose, ear, and stuff. You made mention of the eye, only the eye.
Yes.
The ear, no. The
so
we don't have cancer that affect them.
So I said we have Burkitt lymphoma that one affect the lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes we have it at so many parts of the body.
Okay.
So since the lymph node has been affected, it means even the whole system is being affected. Right. So all of them is dangerous. We don't have a specific answer. Oh, this one not dangerous because if it's not dangerous, I would have said we wouldn't even start the treatment. But since all of them is dangerous.
So, Doc, when one is affected, how long does it take for the cancer to manifest, for the also symptoms to come out, for the parent to also know, or for doctors to know? How long does it take?
Okay, so with the duration, you cannot really tell. It depends on how quickly the cells in the body are growing, the abnormal cancer cells, and even the person's normal cells, because how fast the cells are differentiating themselves will tell how fast the cancer will spread. So if you have a cancer and I have a cancer of the same type, how fast it will spread in your body will be different from how
yours.
fast it will spread in my body. So it all depends on how quickly the cells are dividing and how quickly the cells are spreading in the body.
But are there cancers more prevalent in certain age groups or demographics?
For now, with research, all that we know is that the leukemias and the lymphomas are the most common and the most persistent in children now. And then with addition of the Wilms tumor, which is very persistent in Cape Coast, that's the ones we get in our facility.
All right. What would you want to add? Well, I saw you nodding.
Oh,
no, so let's come to its treatment, and because it's also, but I'm still wondering, what about those that were not born in the hospital, that children that were not born in the hospital? How are you able to trace those people, and at the same time going through this kind of cancers? How are you able to trace them?
Okay. As we said earlier, so I am a mother. So supposing I'm a mother, yes, I delivered in the house. I didn't go to the hospital to go and deliver. All right, my child now, maybe my child is almost 1 year. Okay, assuming my child is almost 1 year, and then this child has been having fever, and we know that Ghanaian mothers will give paracetamol to the child as a first aid. Well done. Thank you for doing that. But after giving the PMO, take the child to the nearest facility. We've taken the child to the nearest facility. They've done the series of laboratory investigation. They said the child is having malaria. They have given malaria treatment. we expect that the malaria treatment should take a duration at most for 72 hours.
Which is 3 days.
Yes, after that one, the child is still having the high body, the high body temperature. We've taken the child again to the hospital. They've done another investigation. They said the child having high WBC, indicating that the child is having infection. You have been given antibiotics. You have completed the antibiotics. Yes, so this fever is still there. So this one will let you know that this fever is unexplainable. So if your mother and then we didn't deliver at the hospital, or you haven't taken your child to the hospital, that's why we are educating that if you see any of these signs, kindly bring the child to the hospital for the necessary treatment, because don't sit there, because at times a mother will come, oh, I gave the child Pimo, because if you give the Pimo within some few minutes it is going to work, but with this later on the child is going to have another fever, but these mothers will continue giving the Pimo each and every day. I give the child Pimo, so the time that she will give the Pimo and then it is unable to reduce the body temperature, this is when the mother will say, oh, then let me take the child to the hospital. And then at this stage the cancer has developed to a certain stage that will affect the child treatment.
Sure. So let's come to the treatment aspects. What treatment options are currently available?
So a little add out to what my brother said. When we deliver in the house, even after delivery, we have to give immunization to the child. If not preventing cancer, there are other conditions, polio, measles, those things in it. So once you don't know when you are going to deliver, sometimes it happens in the car, in the market, but we are saying that afterward you have to come to the hospital so that the child will go through all the immunization as the child is growing. And back to the question of the treatment
options available.
So for Ghana now we have 3 treatment modalities
for the children. So we have the chemotherapy, being the drugs. So that one we can give through the IV, or we can give through the mouth, that's oral. Then we have the surgery. So with a specific organ, if there is the need to go and remove it, we take you to theater, then we take that organ off. Yes, there's another one is the radiotherapy. That one we use the radiation. So we have the target cell. So we put those radiation on that target cells to neutralize their activities for the cure. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Doc, are there differences in treatment approaches between children and adults?
The approaches, actually, the differences in the approaches will depend on the type of cancer itself, and then also how much the cancer has spread to other organs. So with the treatment modalities, it is not definite that for this cancer, this is the treatment modality, or for this cancer, this is the treatment modality. Depending on the cancer and how far the cancer has spread, which we usually call metastasis, means that it has moved to other places. Then the healthcare professionals will sit down and then discuss which treatment modality, so either 1 or 2 or even all of them, how and when they will combine those modalities to treat the specific cancer. So for some cancers, we may go with just the chemotherapy. For some, we may go with just the surgery. For some, we may go with just the radiotherapy. For others, we may combine both. For others, we may combine all 3. So depending on the specific type of cancer and how much the cancer has spread to other.
So it doesn't matter whether you are a child or adult.
It doesn't matter.
The approaches are the same.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought why am afraid be a woman where I was one buffer do the day and that stuff. Okay. So every treatment may have or come with its side effects. So what are the potential side effects of these treatments, both short term and long term?
I can.
Okay, Doc.
So for the chemotherapy, for instance, we know that with the chemotherapy, we are taking the medications that they are giving you for the chemotherapy, the IV medications, they are meant to destroy the cancer cells. But then again, we know that the cancer cells are affecting normal cells as well, and there are normal cells around the cancer cells. So we may end up killing some of the normal cells. And then what we know about chemotherapy too is that it's an immunosuppressant. When we say an immunosuppressant, it is
your immune system is
yes,
suppressed.
it's suppressing the ability of your
Immune
body
system
to
to work.
fight
Okay.
infections. So you will be prone
To other
to
diseases.
infections. And as it's killing normal cells, we know that in our blood, we have cells in our blood. We have red blood cells, we have white blood cells, we have platelets. If the chemotherapy is causing your red blood cells to come down, then you become anemic. Your blood level will go low. If it's killing off some of your white cells, it's also preventing your ability to fight off infections.
Hey. And hey.
I mean, with everything, there are but when we weigh the benefits to the side effects, because the benefits is more, we would have to go ahead with it.
Another aspect is that we anticipate the signs and symptoms, so we make available drugs and everything, so that when in case it happens, straight away we start.
Including the surgery.
Yes, everything. Yes.
And let me also add up. It is also multidisciplinary approach.
Okay.
So as the doctors are doing their own, the nurses are doing their own. We also have the nutritionist, because this is a treatment that is also going to target the normal body cells. So it means that it is now the child is going to lack some nutrients. So the nutritionist will also assess this child and also recommend the needed nutrients or the needed food that contain the essential nutrients for this child. That is.
But do you normally tell them that this is, having done that or having gone through this kind of treatment, this is likely the side effect that you're going to face? Do you tell them?
Yes, we tell them. Well, some happen in the hospital, some also happen in the house.
In the house.
So the treatment is in cycles. So maybe you take the first cycle, you go home maybe 2 weeks before you come. So within the 2 weeks in the house, you can experience the side effect. So we tell them. So most common one are the, what do you call it, the mucositis. They get sores in the mouth, yes. And the febrile neutropenia, because their immunity is down, they are always falling sick. Then you see their hair growing out.
Hey,
yes.
I know baby on here.
Oh, so we encourage them to put on cap and the wigs, the ladies. So once we are done with the treatment, the hair will come back.
No, I say when we see a lady wearing wig, we are medicine down who knows wig.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so wig Cafdil also.
Yes. And they kept for the guys. You see them.
Yeah, so they kept
okay, I have a friend though. Big guy with the BO show. I don't know. We feel alive. Oh, okay. Oh, that's very. But so, okay, so they are not shocked when they experience it.
Yeah, once you tell them.
But do you have a remedy, especially for those that the hair,
Oh, for the hair, after the treatment, it will come. Even sometimes on the course of the treatment, it will start coming. Yes.
But have you had a situation where someone was treated of cancer later on, maybe 2-3 months, then the side effect started?
Yes, it won't start on the day of the chemotherapy. Okay. It takes time. But they are cells, so as the cells are dying, then the signs and symptoms are coming. So it takes time. Yeah.
Hey, but if you tell somebody that this medicine is going to kill your active cells, some of your active cells, then it's not easy. It's not easy. But is childhood cancer preventable in any way, or is it mostly beyond control, Doc?
For that, Whether it's beyond control or not, I cannot tell. But it's definitely within our control to cure the cancers. And also, I actually think it could be in our control because we have some of them are from viral infections, some of them are from environmental exposures, which are risk factors. So it doesn't mean that when you are exposed to those things, you would definitely get the cancer. No, they just increase your risk of getting those cancers. So I think if the exposure to those things are reduced, I think the prevalence or the incidence of such childhood cancers may also reduce.
Okay, but it's not preventable. I mean, the childhood cancer is not preventable.
Okay, as we say, let me take SCD for instance. SCD is preventable because if a mother and a father is AAAA, it means none of their children will have SCD.
Okay.
But for cancer, as I said, we don't have the specific, like we don't know the cause.
The real
so
cause.
If we would have known the cause that, oh, cancer is being caused by this, then we will just make sure that the patient or our patient will not go and use or take that thing or eat that thing. But we don't know what causes it. Just that we know the predisposing factors. So we will just advise you, or we just advise everybody that, oh, this, if you do this, if you get too much exposure to radiation. But as doctor said earlier, it doesn't mean that, if I also get exposure, it may be that, we have a person who may get exposure to radiation but may not have the cancer.
Okay.
So it is not preventable, as I say.
All right, but with the side effect, what you said, is it short term or long term? The one that you made mention of.
It's a short term.
What about the long term? Can it make someone impotent or
Yes,
something of
that's
that sort?
yes, that's a long term. It can, depending on where the cancer is. Sometimes, so in the advanced countries, sometimes they take the sperm, store it, then after the treatment, they install the sperm. But here we can't do that. Sometimes they can put it from where, now for the ladies, the ovaries. They will have a place to put those things there, so that after the treatment, they will bring it back to the normal position.
Is it? They will take the organ that produces the sperm somewhere, or the sperm itself?
They can take the sperm itself and store it.
Sperm no ogu baby. I'm confused too.
Because let me say, during sex or before sex, when initiation starts, I think it comes into the the scrotum. Yeah, so they can take it from
that.
there.
Okay.
Yes, or even they can let other people do the thing as it is coming. They will take it and store.
Wow.
Yes.
It's long term is serious.
Yes.
So let's soon we'll draw the curtain, but let's come to our family side. What can our viewers do to support families affected by childhood cancer?
Okay, so in the first place, let's also clear the myth surrounding
cancer.
Childhood cancer, because some people may think that it is being caused by spiritual. So at times, most of the mothers will be asking themselves, "Oh, what did I do for my children? What did I do for my children? Or yes, for my child to have this? What?" So they start to blame themselves. Please, childhood cancer is not caused by any sin that the mother has committed or any spiritual thing. And also, some people, as far as the child is being diagnosed of cancer, hey, don't play with. We'll start to advise their children. Oh, don't go and eat with this child, please. Cancer is not infectious.
Okay.
Cancer is not caused by any spiritual thing or anything done by the mother or the father that may lead the child to get the cancer. So let's all the family support anyone whose child is having the cancer. so that it will help the mother, or it will help that caretaker to even develop psychologically to cater for the child.
All right. So what can they do to support families affected by childhood cancer?
For the childhood cancer, we have some that is being catered by insurance. Let me put that one aside. And as you said, the treatment takes months to years. So supposing that, I have a sister whose daughter is having childhood cancer, and then we stay at Elubo, because here we have other patients that come from Elubo to CCTH for the childhood cancer treatment. So supposing that this person will be coming maybe every month or maybe every 2 months, the person will be exhausted. So if you're a family member, you can also take it upon yourself, maybe 1 day or 2 days to come with the child, or even join the mother to come, so that psychologically the mother will say that, I'm not in this alone. My family is also supporting me. Financially, we can also support them in one way or the other. So when a child is being diagnosed, even the child and then the mother, they need the family support. Imagine that a child has a cancer, and then now the child is having alopecia, that is, the hair is not there, and then the other children will just be like, hey, look at this child, and then they may not feel comfortable going to play with it. But it is you, the mother, the other mother, it is your responsibility to also advise your children to also get closer to that child, to also feel that, at least my family is with me.
All right. So those family we're talking about, where can they go for help if they suspect something is wrong or need support?
Okay, so we have the word child cancer supporting these children. If you come to Cape Coast, we have Vivat Foundation.
Vivat
Texan Foundation.
Where is it located?
Okay, Vivat Texan has taken upon herself to help children with childhood cancer, and then this is someone who is currently trying to get us pediatric oncology ward, because the Western region, Central region, the Western North, we don't have any place that treats childhood cancer except the CCTH, and then we don't have even the ward or the facility. So at times we will start it, and then sometimes we will take the child to KBT, that is Kolebu, or to Accra. So she is trying to get us the ward for the childhood cancer. And then these children who come for treatment, she give them transportation, give them and also feed them. So at times, because they are coming from long distance, sometimes they will come a day before to come and sleep over them before the treatment. At times they may not be able to go on that same day after the treatment. They need to also sleep over, and then she provides them with food and those things. So we have people supporting, and even as I said earlier, even the insurance cover for cancers. And then with this one, if you come,
cancers in children.
Yes.
Okay.
If you come and then you have been diagnosed, and one thing is, even the health workers themselves, we even support even more. Then at times.
Establish open NGO.
Oh yes, at times we have a child that will need blood. Even the health workers themselves will go donate. Then we give it to the child. So all that we are saying that mothers shouldn't stay in the house with their children. They should report. Right. At the end of the day, they shouldn't be thinking about the monetary aspects. Okay. Life is important.
Vivat is there to support.
Vivat is there to support, and also World Child Cancer too is there to support, and the insurance is also.
So 3.
Yes,
that's nice. We are going. So what do you have for our viewers?
So I will tell them that they should always assess their children. For the mothers, sometimes because of money, we don't get time for their children. At least the whole week they will see them once.
But they are
twice.
suffering for the children. Because
But if you get all the money, but sometimes if you
So
get
they
all
also
the
suffer
money
for
and
them.
then at the end of the day you are bringing the money back to the hospital.
hospital.
It's not nice. So you should always get time to talk to their children, assess them. Sometimes their children, sometimes they feel what, like if I tell my mom, they'll beat me. So something happened to them, but they can't say it. You should get closer to them, have a what interaction with them, so that when anything that they are going through, they can report.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So, Opon.
Okay, so all that we say is they should seek early treatment. They should report as soon as possible so that we can do our best. Because for us, we wish that any child that come with childhood cancer will be cured so that we will not have any mortality, so that it will not get to a state that we can't do anything about it. So we will advise them to report early so that we can give our maximum treatment to save the child.
Doc.
Okay, so what's my final words will be that the general public and the parents in particular should know that childhood cancers are curable once they are detected early. So they shouldn't have it in mind that once they get to know that their child has any form of cancer, that is the end of their lives. No, childhood cancers are curable.
Sure. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the crew. My name is Kojo. At the same time next week, God be with you.